Good afternoon, everyone. Actually, I have been a part of ACT earlier also. I've been a part-time faculty here, and I'm happy to present myself second time here in front of people, and some are new and some are still old. I will be starting with a presentation on lighting. I have a core interest on the services portion of interiors. Even if I say I like to work on software part, I like to work on technical of interiors. So I am here presenting one PPT on lighting, in which I am mentioning what are the types of light we are using and we used to use in our interiors. Firstly, I am explaining about the lighting. What is light? Is general process, that is, light is a form of energy without which there can be no vision. We all know if there is no light, we are not able to see anything. It will be totally dark. But if I say what are the sources of light we have in actual, we have two types of sources of lighting. That is, first is natural lighting, which is you or me and everybody has known about it, that natural light is sunlight, and with the use of that we can work. And the second, which we use in our interiors mostly, it's an artificial lighting. That is categorized in two parts. It's incandescent fluorescent light. And if I talk about what is incandescent light and what is fluorescent light, or firstly I will just, if I come to natural lighting, what is natural lighting? It's lights which come from the sun in evening hours, in daytime, but this lighting is a common light. This can't be used for creating any dramatic effect, so the use of artificial light is required. And what is artificial light? Is well-planned artificial illumination of an area. Like if I want to highlight some area, what type of light I will be using? If I want to highlight any of the specific painting or the picture or the mural or any statue, what type of lighting I'm using there? Firstly, basic concept about lighting, if I say incandescent light, it is what type of light? It has a metal to a temperature, it's a heating of a metal to a temperature. We use halogen bulbs. We have seen halogen bulbs for this. Spotlighting can be used in this way. Incandescent filament light, and then it's fluorescent light. If you see this room, we are using that fluorescent lighting here, and this light is giving a common and equal effect. But this fluorescent light is not very common for any, if I say I want to create some illusion, some effect of anything, I think fluorescent light is not that capable enough. Then we use focus lighting or that incandescent lighting. Then I will talk about what type of lights we have. We have direct lighting. This picture we are using here is direct light, in which the light is visible. Direct lighting is this, in which the lighting source is visible to us. As if we see this picture which we have used in this room, there we can see the CFL. So this is called a direct lighting. Indirect lighting is lighting in which we are not able to see where the light source is coming out, where the light is actually coming out. It is hidden sources, and we can say concealed sources. Can I move it? Anything? Then diffuse light is light in which we are not able to see the source, but it is hidden by some plastic or the cover. If I say if it is in a globe, it's like I've shown some pictures that it's in a globe. It's covered with some panels. So that is called diffuse lighting. Here I am not able to see the actual light source. Semi-direct lighting is here also the light source is not fully visible. It is possible, like it's giving an upward lighting. It is possible in sunlight passing through a diffuser. Like if I say there is a acrylic sheet through which it is coming out, and most of the maximum light is coming up, reflecting back, and then coming to us. That is simple indirect lighting. Semi-direct lighting. Then we talk, if we have, I've already discussed about the source. Now I want to say and differentiate lighting on the basis of type, journal, categorization on the basis of function. If I say journal lighting or area lighting, local specific lighting, then safety lighting. These three types of light which we are using in our interiors. I am here explaining through my images about different these lighting, like journal. This is journal lighting. Here everything is visible. It's made like journal lighting. Everything is maximum of light is coming out from the fixtures. Local and specific lighting is on. If I talk about specific activities lighting, if I say lamp lighting, reading lighting, this type of lighting is specific lighting. We also call that task lighting if we say. Then safety lighting, which we use for staircase, for I think we use it in malls and all for safety purpose also, for just highlighting the staircase area, highlighting the spaces of washrooms and all. These are all safety plus the indication lighting, if I talk. Then I will talk about methods of lighting. There are architectural and built-in lighting and non-architectural lighting. If architectural and built-in lighting are valence, cornice, cove light, track light, soffit lighting. Then non-architectural lighting, in which you have certain restrictions, that is ceiling fixture, wall fixture and portable lamps. These are architectural and built-in lights. Valence light, it's a fluorescent tube, or it's placed somewhere which is, it's sometimes hidden somewhere, or we can say it is placed inside the pelmet and all. These are valence lighting. Horizontal fluorescent, if you want me to read out, or it's a fine. Then this is cornice lighting. Cornice lighting is very common these days. We use it for picture highlighting and highlighting. It doesn't give a total glance to the area. It just gives a little bit it.
Yeah, I have a question. What is the difference between the cornice and the specific? I mean, specific also is about specific thing.
You can see, but cornice lighting is it's a hidden lighting like that.
No, but the picture that you...
Ma'am, it's actually a picture image in which we have just shown you how the lighting is placed. Totally hidden. Cornice lighting may we can't see.
No, but the function is specific, na?
No, it's not specific. Cornice lighting can be for a whole room. It's a little illusion, little light enough. That if sometimes I'm in a very relaxed mood, I don't need this type of lighting, whole room lighted up. And either if you say you are in a sleeping mode or in a relaxing mode, you will have only 10% of the light that's required. Then you will use that cornice lighting. Cove lighting is also the same way. This is cove lighting. Here you can see the fixture is also not seen. Here the fixture is hidden inside the ceiling only, and this lighting is reflected from the main ceiling and then coming to water. Track lighting is generally used in showrooms and to highlight some specific, like if I say it was in showroom use, mostly maximum time we use it in showrooms or highlighting some areas. Then we use track lighting. And mostly halogens are used for lighting. Non-architectural lighting is ceiling light, which you can see like chandeliers, ceiling hanging lights. Wall fixtures, these are like wall fixtures, portable lamps. Like what are the consideration of what we should keep in mind by doing good lighting? Utilize potential daylight when available, energy efficient, good design and durability, essays of displacement of fixture and bulb, because it should be easy to replace that, and it should be easy or convenient for a person to manage it. Then easy to maintain, proportionate area light proportion also. Then light is how we calculate light, or what is the actually what is the standardized measurement of light is lux value. Light comes in a lux value, and the lux value is actually means the intensity of light. Intensity of light differences with the difference in the dimension, or we can say the height. It will be higher at the top, then it will be coming, intensity will go down. But lumen is the standardized measurement, also measurement, but it's a total amount of light, all over light. I can show you the difference between lux and lumen is, in lux value, as according to the distance, lux is getting less. And in lumen, it is always the same for different dimension also, but the lumen level will be the same. Sorry, that much I... Thank you.
What is the difference between a white light and a yellow light? And for a spa or for a spa, which room would have a yellow light in a spa, and which would have white light and why?
The working light, I will say, is a white light, and yellow light is a relaxing light, and it's a mood lighting, we call it. So if you want a very relaxing mood, I will use yellow. A little bit of, it should not be halogen, it should be a cove lighting, a cornice lighting. It should not be eliminating the whole room, it should be a little bit light.
And for a spa?
And spa also, if I say I'm talking about the spa relaxing room, I will use that lighting. But specific lighting I will keep out for some specific, if I'm doing something, I need some facial soaps and all, then they will use lamps and all for this specific light.
Yeah. As you said about spa, ma'am, can you tell me if I have to design a reception of that spa, then what type of light will you use?
I think reception area is the area where we use dramatic lighting, as what I feel. Only the reception decks, if I talk, they need a lighting in which they have to do their work, writing work or some work. That's why if you want that special lighting on the head of the reception, but dramatic lights on whole of the area, which can create mood of the person.
Yeah, but on desk we need a bright light also.
So that's why if I say, if I'm highlighting that reception area, I will use specific lighting, or I will say I will use CFL's lighting for that area. Maybe, but we can use yellow light for also for that event.
Hello ma'am.
Hello ma'am.
What is the difference of modern and contemporary light?
Modern and contemporary. Contemporary is mixture of traditional.
Okay.
Right? And if I say contemporary, there will be use of more yellow lighting, and halogen light or bulb lighting is used. And modern lighting is more of white light. It depends on, I think, what purpose or what area you are specifying that.
What is आपका पोर्ट्रेट इंटीरियर डिजाइनिंग है, तो आपने लाइट डिजाइनिंग के बिल्कुल अपनी लाइटिंग के ऊपर पीपीटी वगैरह आपने क्यों दी? जैसे मेरे
आई थिंक लास्ट टाइम मैंने यहाँ पर डिजाइन के ऊपर दी थी. आई थॉट टू बी समथिंग डिफरेंट. आई डोंट वांट टू रिपीट दैट.
क्योंकि जो कॉन्सेप्ट था,
एंड आई थिंक इन एवरी टॉपिक व्हाटएवर आई टीच, and lighting is also a topic for me because it's a part of services, and if you forget about services, it's nothing used in interiors. So lighting is also an important. I can show you PPTs or presentations on plumbing, air conditioning. On every topic I use PPT. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Anupam Sinha. I have done my post graduation from Indira Gandhi National Open University last year, and I have a little presentation on graphic design. So my basic topics are what is graphic design, how did it evolve, when did the profession come into existence, and the next one is and why. So the definition of graphic design is the term graphics can refer to a number of artistic and professional disciplines which focus on visual communication and presentation. Various methods are used to create and combine symbols, image, and or words to create a visual presentation of ideas and messages. There are some examples of graphic design, and see, these are some some vector-based and some raster-based images that is used in graphic design. And the next one is when people need to necessarily express something, usually with an aim towards promotion or information defending, the focus becomes how best to do it. Graphic design was born of art and technology for printing. What does a graphic design do? When he gets a graphic design jobs, we can make poster, book design, websites, advertisements, and what is the objective of the communication? What needs to be said first, and then next, and then after? How do you want the eye to flow through the page? What is the tone of voice? Who are you speaking to? Basically, when without about any designs, we should focus on these topics. कि आप किसके लिए डिजाइन बना रहे हैं, कंटेंट क्या है, और लाइक उसके जो पंच लाइन होने चाहिए और टैग लाइन होना चाहिए, वो सब हम लोग पहले से डिसाइड करते हैं और फिर उसके बाद ही डिजाइन कंप्लीट हो पाता है. There are some objectives of the communications. What is the information that needs to be passed on when the audience reads your book, web page ads? What he supposed to get out of it? जब हम कोई लाइक वेबसाइट्स बनाते हैं, वेब पेज बनाते हैं, या फिर कोई पोस्टर बनाते हैं, तो उसके लिए क्लाइंट्स क्या सोच रहा है, या हम जिसके लिए बना रहे हैं वो क्या सोच रहा है, ये सारा कुछ हमें पहले इंफॉर्मेशन पूरा चाहिए होता है. फिर उसके बाद हम लोग इसके लिए डिजाइन क्रिएट करते हैं. फंडामेंटल क्वेश्चंस नंबर 2, व्हाट नीड्स टू बी सेड फर्स्ट एंड देन नेक्स्ट एंड देन आफ्टर दैट hierarchy. Once you have figured out what the objective of your communication is, you will want to think about what needs to be said first and foremost and what it should be followed by. How do you want the user's eyes to move around the page? The hierarchy mentions above, along with elements like color, contrast, size, etc., will automatically make your viewers' eyes go through the page in a certain way. This can be manipulated as per your intention. Who are you speaking to? You have to be very sure about this, as different people need to be spoken to differently, just the way it is in real life. What is the tone of voice? Only once you have got the above figured out, can you think about the more external elements of your piece of work. The solution of these questions are tackled using the graphics designers. Broadly speaking, the following tools are available to him to solve the for mention issues, point, line, form, pattern, texture, a space, size, typography, color, image. बेसिकली जब हमें कोई ग्राफिक डिजाइन क्रिएट करना होता है तो उसके लिए हम पॉइंट्स, लाइन, फॉर्म, पैटर्न, टेक्सचर, स्पेस एंड टाइपोग्राफी, कलर और इमेज, इन सब की ज़रूरत पड़ती है. तो इन सब को मिला के पूरा एक डिजाइन क्रिएट कर सकते हैं. द फर्स्ट थिंग इज पॉइंट. अ पॉइंट इज द फंडामेंटल पार्टिकल ऑफ ग्राफिक डिजाइन. There are some figures about points, how to make point, and after that we can then join two points, it will create lines. After that we can join two lines, it will create shapes, and after that we can join more than dots, it will create a design and the part of graphic design. Then next is the line. Line is any mark connecting with 2 points. There are some examples for how to create lines and after that shapes. The shape.
Sorry to interrupt.
Yes,
Could you tell me the difference between a graphic designer and a visualizer?
Graphic design is a part of how to create something with shapes, text and image. And the visualizer is उसका काम होता है कि वो सोचना होता है कि कैसे हमें मतलब कि कोई भी डिजाइन क्रिएट करना है, उसके लिए प्लानिंग पहले से करनी होती है. और जो ग्राफिक डिजाइन होता है उसके लिए लाइक हमें किस टूल्स का यूज करना है और मतलब किस तरह से कलर्स क्या होंगे, फोटोग्राफ्स वगैरह सब कुछ इसके लिए.
और आर्ट डायरेक्टर क्या करता है? आर्ट डायरेक्टर
आर्ट डायरेक्टर का काम ये होता है कि पूरी प्लानिंग होती है उसकी कि हमें जो भी लाइक काम जो है वो किस तरह से करना है, उसके लिए कितने पूरा लाइक एक करिकुलम उनको पूरा सेट करना होता है पहले से कि वो जो डिजाइन क्रिएट करवाना चाह रहे हैं उसके लिए लाइक कितनी प्रॉपर्टी चाहिए, कितना लाइक कितने आवर्स की या कितने टाइम का होगा, कितने पेज का होगा, ये सब आर्ट डायरेक्टर का काम होता है.
अच्छा, और ये RGB से अभी CMYK का जो कॉन्सेप्ट आया है
Yes, sir.
वो क्यों आया, वो क्यों इमर्ज हुआ है?
RGB is basically used for electronic devices and the CMYK is used for for print purpose.
Can you explain what is difference between point and pixel?
Basically, pixel is a Greek word and pixel makes from two Greek words. Pix means picture and element means EL means element. That is a picture element. And when you create any photograph and when you scan anything, that will be represent the pixel. That is a part of raster image. And when you think about points, that will be vector images. That is created by any tools in the software, like pen tool, and these are the basic difference between pixel and points.
What is your key area in graphic designing? Which tools you prefer to teach?
I teach whole we have in Corel, Photoshop, Illustrator, and Design. Corel, Photoshop, Illustrator, and Design is basic my part.
Can you explain the difference between Photoshop and CorelDRAW?
CorelDRAW is basically used for vector purpose and publishing purpose, and Photoshop is used for image editing, color correction, and etc. And Photoshop is a raster based application, CorelDRAW is vector based application.
When we design any graphics, then as a creative person, you design a creative, where you use cool colors and warm colors. How you use cool colors and warm colors in a creative?
actually when you think अगर कुछ सोशल टाइप का अगर कुछ काम करना है, सोशल रिलेटेड कुछ अगर हमें काम करना है, तो उसके लिए वी कैन यूज कूल कलर एंड अगर आप किसी को रिप्रेजेंट करना चाह रहे हैं कि कोई काम बिल्कुल मतलब कि कोई अट्रैक्ट हो उसकी तरफ, तो उसके लिए वी कैन यूज वार्म कलर.
But when we design any in fashion, if we design any poster, अगर हम कोई एक शर्ट बना मतलब कोई एक गारमेंट दिखा रहे हैं जो एक बहुत ही लाइट कलर्स के अंदर है, हमें उस गारमेंट को हाईलाइट तो करना ही है. Still we are using cool colors for that.
Yes, we can use cool color also in the garments.
हाँ, अभी आपने कहा ना सोशल वर्क के लिए यूज करते हैं या हाईलाइट करने के लिए हमसे वार्म कलर्स को
नहीं, कलर्स क्या है कि मल्टीपर्पज यूज कर सकते हैं उसको कहीं भी अलग अलग सिचुएशंस में अलग अलग जगह पे यूज कर सकते हैं कि रिक्वायरमेंट क्या है और उसकी मतलब कहाँ पे आप उसको रिप्रेजेंट करना चाह रहे हैं, उसका टाइमिंग क्या है, सब कुछ देखते हुए वी कैन यूज कूल एंड वार्म कलर.
And in background we use cool color or warm color in a poster if we design.
We can use both color. Sometimes we can use warm color and sometimes we can use cool color.
Thank you.
Hello everyone, I'm architect Nana Kluber and I'm a part of ASMS from last 1 year as a visiting faculty, and I love to talk about few construction part that is flooring today. As construction is my forte, designing is my forte, so I love construction, teaching construction. As in what I did from last 1 year to students also, I took flooring today as a topic because flooring, I think a non-technical person can also tell what is flooring. So talking about services, talking about structures and all that, I know there are people with fashion, people with interiors, people with mass media, but flooring I think everyone can relate to. So that is flooring. So let's start. Flooring, any surface of a room, yeah, I can say that. It is a permanent structure. It can be of any material used these days. As in today, it is like a temporary structure for temporary flooring for temporary structures also, which is used for exhibitions and all. But today I'll talk about the permanent one. So flooring, as we described, is any permanent covering for a room or a building or anything. And in this PPT, you'll see about the basic flooring on the ground floor level, because the flooring techniques are different on the different levels. So on the ground floor, it is different. On first floor, it is different, and on the terrace, it is also different. So we'll start with the materials which is used in flooring. So basically, these are the materials which are used nowadays in every kind of building. It is marble, terrazzo, ceramic, vinyl, concrete, cement concrete and RCC. So I'll talk about one by one on each thing. So marble. Marble, I know everyone knows, सबके घर में कहीं ना कहीं लगा भी होगा, हर बिल्डिंग में आपने देखा भी होगा. So marble is basically a metamorphic rock, limestone, जो हमें naturally मिलता है. And how it is used in our construction technique, that what I'll tell you. On the ground floor level, first when you start with the flooring, you have a sand, you have a basic land sand. तो हम पहले उसको strong करते हैं. We actually ram the earth. Ramming is actually hardening the earth with we have one metal standing. Then on that we put a 4 inches thickness of sand bed. Why it is required? It has a technical point behind this, because the earth or the ram earth is little bit moisture it has. So if you don't put the sand level and you put directly the lean behind, the moisture will come to your flooring and it will affect it. So sand actually don't allows the moisture to go up, okay? And still if it is moisture is there, so we provide a layer that is called damp proof layer. Damp proof layer is basically a waterproof layer with a bitumen. Bitumen I think आप सबको पता होगा, कोल्टार या फिर हिंदी में बोलूँ तो हम लोग रोड पे डलता है जो ब्लैक कलर का, तो वो होता है. And after that we provide a lean concrete. What is lean concrete? It is the mixture of basically sand, cement, water, and we have an aggregate in that. Aggregate sand we have two types. We use coarse sand, and aggregate it has obviously a dimension. So above that we provide a mortar. Mortar is basically a fixing cement for the marble. And the mortar is what we provide is varies from 12 mm to 25 mm, depending where we are using it and what finishing we are providing. Above that, that is the marble. Marble thickness is of 3/4 inch. So whenever we provide the flooring, we calculate from the ram dirt to the finished flooring, and accordingly we provide the space and we go for the construction. Then is how it is installed. I've already told you before in that this diagram, but still I'll tell you a few things. Like I talk about the cement mortar, which goes from 12 to 25 mm. It is in the ratio of 1:4 for the flooring. What is 1:4? 1:4 is the 1 ratio of cement mixed with the 4 ratio of sand, and water is mixed accordingly the flowing material you want. So we don't have the water measurement for this, but we require the measurement of sand and cement so that we get the solidification and the fixing of marble with it. And even we use lime sukhi also. Lime sukhi is used for 1:2 ratio, which is 1 is the lime and 2 is the sand part. And grinding, obviously everyone हमें पता है कि flooring लगने के बाद we put it on the finishing, उसकी grinding होती है. What we say is polishing. So what is polishing? It is actually the grinding of the marble. So we do it in we have 7 grinding and 3 grinding depending upon what kind of marble you are using, because there are many kind of marbles. Then is terrazzo flooring. Terrazzo flooring, I think you have seen in many houses. हमारे ancestors houses में terrazzo काफी use होती थी, which is basically marble chips को हम लोग एक cement mortar में mix करके लगा देते थे, different colors like red, green, blue and all. That is terrazzo. सबके नानी और दादी के घर में पक्का होगा. I'm definitely sure with that. So terrazzo flooring is basically a material which is poured in a precast. हम एक precast concrete या cement bed बनाते हैं, and उनके बीच में हम we put that marble stones और मार्बल के जो चिप्स या पीसीज होते हैं वो हम डालते हैं, and then it is called a terrazzo flooring. And the difference between two chips is basically very less, and after that it is filled with a white cement, colored white cement. Okay, so in that the same thing, you can see the section which I have explained for marble. Instead of marble there is a topping of concrete and the marble chips. That is what terrazzo flooring. So terrazzo flooring, as I told you, it is done in 2 layers. Marble से जैसे हम marble chips डालते हैं, उससे पहले 2 layers डलती है. One is the under layer, जो थोड़ी strong layer होती है, which is basically PCC, and then it is in 1:4 ratio. What is 1:4? I think you all know it is cement, sand and the aggregate. 1:4. 1 is cement, 2 is sand and 4 is aggregate. Okay, and then afterward above that we put the topping layer in which we provide that aggregates or marble chips, which is in the 1:37 ratio.
And the minimum thickness जो हम लोग at least the topping ले देते हैं, that is should be 1.50 times जो आप marble chips ले रहे हैं. If you are like you are using 20 mm of marble chip, तो आपका जो होगा that should be more than 25 mm. So 1.33 more in that way. So that it should be embedded in the cement or the layer you're providing. Okay. Chips, chips are basically the marble chips used are, they are in the range of 1 to 10 mm, as you can see, and they are in many colors, as we have different marble colors available from natural resources. So grading of chip, how we use it, it is basically what kind of flooring you're providing. And if you're using 1 and 2 mm chips, so it is like 0 grade. Why it is called 0 grade? Because you don't require much thickness of concrete bed, so it is a 0 grade. Depending upon आपका size जितना बढ़ेगा, आपकी obviously thickness cement की बढ़ जाएगी, and obviously आपकी grading भी बढ़ जाती है. And when you provide the top layer, आपको at least you have to keep it for 7 days before grinding, so that it gets settled down in its position.
Naina, can we just have a very fast...
Sure ma'am, no issues with that. So then you have PCC flooring. PCC flooring is the same thing. It is basically concrete flooring, and it is in a 1:4 ratio, 1:8 ratio, and 25 mm thick हम provide करते हैं. And it should be provided in many houses, many buildings, depending आपको वहाँ पे कितना आपका strength चाहिए, उस हिसाब से हम लोग PCC की layering strength बढ़ाते हैं. Then is cement concrete flooring. Cement concrete flooring, I think you guys have seen most of it. And this is in the ratio of 1:3, and its thickness goes from 3 to 4. And it has a stone aggregate of 1/2 inches, and maximum इसका ये panels में बनता है. It goes in a square panel which goes to maximum 2 meter. Okay. Before that, अगर इससे ज़्यादा जाएंगे तो वो cracks आने के chances हो जाते हैं. And in between that panel, we can provide the glass or with marble or PVC asbestos, और हम उनके बिना भी बना सकते हैं. So this is, you can see the section of concrete flooring. RCC, I think RCC everyone knows about. It's in reinforced cement concrete. In this cement concrete, you have seen before. But RCC and cement concrete में difference है कि we provide the reinforcement, which is the steel part for it, and it is used nowadays in many housing, many malls, and everywhere. RCC is used, and it is laid in a 30 to 50 mm because हमारे जो सरिया या steel होता है, it has a different thickness, और उसको cover करने के लिए we require 25 mm of cover. Okay.
Naina,
Yeah.
I want to ask, all these floorings that you're mentioning, are they season-wise affected? Are they status-wise affected? Are they preferred or suggested by the interior? I mean, architecture or anybody who's a professional of this field.
Okay.
I
have an answer for that.
Yeah.
You said, is it affected by the weather? Yes, they are.
Which is the best for Indian weather, or it is state
I'm telling you
wise?
by the Indian weather only, ma'am. As you go by Indian weather, we have a different weather in different areas, right? If we in Noida and all, this is a hot and humid area. We have different, climate throughout the year. So we can provide any kind of flooring here because it resists with every flooring. It has a resistance of to and fro, expansion and compression. So we can provide. But when we go for like hill area, we can't provide RCC. It's already cold and it will get more contracted. There we provide wood because that it itself makes a room warm, and it don't go for more of contraction and expansion.
Like the way you said that for hilly area you
Yeah.
need wood because it keeps the house
Warm, exactly.
So for a place like Noida, which is hot and humid, you cannot suggest a flooring which keeps the house cool.
Noida is a place, ma'am, basically where we can provide any kind of flooring because it has a variable in the climate throughout the year. We don't have a constant climate here. So if you say cold, in next 2 months it will be hot, or next 2 months it will be rainy. So we have to think in that way, and every flooring is provided in Noida because every flooring has a compression and expansion property, few, so they don't affect much. But the areas like we go in south, which is very rainy, providing wood, it will come out in few months actually, क्योंकि वो moisture ले लेगी. So that is the thing we should keep in contact. And then you said कि depending upon the client, yes it is. I get a client which is a normal person, normal middle class person, he'll go with like marble or like terrazzo or vinyl. But I have a client like a minister, he will like to have the best of the marble, which is like 10,000 rupees per square feet also. So it also depends with the client also.
And where do you source all these material from? Marble is sourced from which part of the country?
Ma'am, it is from Gujarat basically. I get it from Gujarat, from my, there's a place there. So,
No, if you were to tell the students that these are the places where you get marble from.
Ma'am, marble is basically a limestone, a natural stone. So it is nearby the river belt, which is cut and processed, and we get it in Gujarat.
Understood, but places identified.
Like what? I'm sorry, but
The state that you said Gujarat, what are the other states apart from Gujarat?
I think marble is available everywhere. So there's no specific for it.
Okay,
It's fine.
thank you.
Thank you so much.
And
Sorry, I have a question like, sorry sir, आपने explain किया था, maybe that's my topic, तो इसलिए वो मेरे से रहा नहीं जा रहा. That was a perspective and illusion. That is my favorite topic, so I want to just tell it like it is different, sir. Perspective and illusion थोड़ा different है. Perspective is basically हम लोग 3D जो हमारी visualization है, what we can see, actual we present it on 2D paper. And illusion is what you actually imagine, which is not there. So thank you so much.